Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Chariot. It was card 7 of the Major Arcana. This is him here. So, how I understand the Chariot is I think of him as related to the Buddha family karma, which is about action. It's about action. It's working with like technique or highly skilled individual or energy. It is related to the color green, and the element is air. I think about the Chariot as connected to this energy because he's working with movement in the natural world, movement through time and space. Excuse me. When I think of him as related to physical power and strength and movement. Skill. He's driving 2 horses and he's in a chariot, and so he has to have enough skill to be able to navigate this chariot, directing these horses around obstacles and through the world. In his upright position, this card often represents a go signal. It is time to go, move forward with whatever plan you have. It's often talking about the move from one's home to another, or it could be the move from one job to another, or it might be representing some kind of travel, some kind of long distance travel, either international travel or like a road trip or something like that. It doesn't mean that there will be no obstacles or no challenges on the path, but that one has the knowledge and skill to be able to navigate that path and to be able to reach their goal successfully. And so I often think of him as like the green light, or the one who's saying, you know, whatever it is you've been planning, go ahead and execute it now, because you have whatever wisdom you need to be able to do it successfully. In his reversed state, the Chariot often represents some kind of block that is related to you losing your focus. And so often the Chariot is taken off course because he's not paying attention to where he needs to go. He's either caught up in envy or competition, trying to beat someone else rather than actually trying to accomplish his goal. This card went through 3 kind of different iterations before it arrived at what you see today. And what I showed you is actually a print proof. I don't yet have the cards in hand. I did have the proofs cut so that I could show you just an individual card, at least now. But because they turned out really dark, and so I'm still back and forth with the printer to try and get them correct before printing the lot of them. And so this proof was okay enough that I could show it. Some of them are just too dark to be able to show it, and so I'll still show them on paper, on like the big sheets, until I get the cards. But so this version of the card had one minor change, which you may or may not notice between the video and the actual cards once you get them in hand. But what's significant about this is that this energy is about moving forward. And when I was working with the Chariot, in its design phases, it went from, of course, this image on paper that was me trying to understand what the card was talking about. And then it shifted from that into electronic form, just kind of as a picture, and then into card form. And each time it changed, I started from scratch. I wiped out the old design and started, with a totally new design. I think that's significant, I think that's significant to this card because it's talking about moving forward. And had I held on to some original design that I had, it might have stopped me from being able to move forward and allow the card to be realized. It's not the only card that went through many different changes, but it's definitely one of the cards that the changes weren't painful, even though I had to scratch the entire thing. And so I think that the energy was showing up in that way for me, so I could feel and understand how it's manifesting in these different kinds of ways. I often think of this card as the male counterpart to the Strength card, where he is the masculine principle, he is the active principle, he is representing physical, natural power and strength and movement through the world. She, the Strength card, is representing the feminine or passive principle of the same, how I understand it, is the same energy just manifested in different ways. I'll talk more about her in the Strength video, which will be the next video that I post, but when I think about them, that's how I think about them, kind of as this masculine and feminine aspects of this same kind of energy. I think that's all I want to say about the card for now. Yeah, that's it for now, but I want to thank you for joining me. I do look forward to talking to you again about the Strength card.